Hi, welcome back to our demonstration of Dungeon Crawler, the card game. I've got one correction to make from last time. I was in this situation and I was under an area of attack from this dragon. The dwarf activated and defended himself, and then I played some armour to defend the dwarf, but there's no one here available to actually enact that defence. So this dwarf wasn't defended, so she's going to take a wound. She's going to take a wound. I guess that means I didn't have to spend the armour, but hey, let's just call that discard at the end of last turn. Okay, now we're ready to begin again. Let's draw for our dungeon. We've got 3 here, and there's 2 more, so that's silenced. It's an event. It says adventurers cannot use magic. Alright, I don't think that's a problem. Magic's like this one here, the Flaming Fury, so I can't use Flaming Fury. It's a magic card. I need my 3 attack to defeat that. Well, that's straightforward, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. That puts a second wound on here. That's enough to kill this dragon. Now I do have to think about my objectives if I can. I think I'm just looking for those 2. I think Divine Plan's going to be tricky. Divine Plan's kind of situational. If the situation happens, then we'll make it happen. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. Okay. I think I'm going to drop this card here. You can drop permanents at the end of your turn, because that's more useful to keep the skill than the equipment. So I'm going to do that. I haven't used any cards. You have to draw at least 1 card, and it's Herbalism. This one says activate and lock a target adventurer. Remove poison from that adventurer. I like that one. I'm going to drop co-op again. Remember, you've got to discard down to 5 cards. So we'll do that. How are we doing? The dungeon deck's still a little bit deeper. Let's see what comes out. Not alone. That's got a combat effect. It's a trap. A labyrinth. That's 3. Shadow Elf, that's 4. And then a Kobold Trapper, that takes it to 6. So we'll bust that one for a pull next time. Some pretty easy dungeon this time. We've got 2 events and the terrain. Only 1 creature. This one has, the labyrinth has this thing, time limit 2. Traps and Minotaurs gain +2 power. So we've got 2 time counters on here. This is going to stick around, this labyrinth. Characters of cost 1 or less gain Frenzy. So this one is going to gain Frenzy. I don't have any cards I want to play. Right, so I could play Shield Ally. Target adventurer becomes the primary attack for this encounter. So I know I'm going to take some wounds this time. So I might just play that one actually. And we'll make the Wood Elf here at the back the primary target for this encounter, just to kind of save our dwarf when we get further in. Okay, Not Alone is going to trigger now. If there's only 1 character in this encounter, search for a hero. Search for a hero? Search for a character. There we go, so there's a Kobold Thief that's coming in no matter what its cost. And it's cost 0, so it's also going to gain Frenzy. Shoot, that one's got target X. Okay, so Shield Ally means that the Shadow Elf is targeting the primary character because she's just got a regular attack. But this target X means it's going to target the character numbered according to the cost on the top of the dungeon discard deck. The character on top of the deck is this one with a cost of 2, so that means 1, 2. it's targeting the Ice Dwarf. We've got no defence up, so that's another wound here. And then the Shadow Elf is going to do a wound. And you treat these as separate attacks with target X, unless they're targeting the same character, hence why we've got 2 wounds. That was not a good turn, was it? This one's also got Enfeeble. And the Enfeeble here is attacking target X, which is this dwarf. So that means they lose, Enfeeble means they lose their highest resource. So this goes down to 0 here, 0 skill. Yeah, that's okay, that's not a permanent. If we had any permanents here that required skill, they'd be out of the game now. Unless we had another character. Yeah, so the Golden Dwarf could offer his here. So if we had 3 skills worth, then obviously we'd be struggling. But the Golden Dwarf offers 2. Okay, these 2 have attacked, or activated already. Interesting. So we just need to do 1 damage on the Shadow Elf here. Yeah, to get through its 1 stamina. Yeah, we're done. So the elf is wounded. This is discarded. These go away. The thief goes away because it's got 0 stamina, so it's the elf now. And in the labyrinth you loses 1 time token. Okay, let's draw. Do I want to get rid of any of these? No, let's slow it down. Another sling, okay. And then we've got the Kobold Trapper coming in. This Kobold Trapper says restock 3 trap times 1. What that means is, this is an immediate effect or come into play effect. I need to find 1 trap of cost 3 or less from the grave and restock it. That means put it back into the dungeon deck. So you'll notice how the order of the grave matters. So I'm looking for the first trap. No traps, so that doesn't do anything. Okay. Traps gain target X. Stealth, that means you can't target the kobold if there's another creature in play, which there isn't. Where are we at? That's 4. There's a 5. Oh, and then this is a trap. So traps gain target X. X is 1. Remember, there's a top card from the discard, which means the Gold Dwarf Warrior. So traps are targeting this one. It also has this draft first. This is for multiplayer, so this refers to a player in a multiplayer version bringing this card into their hand and playing it as a trap themselves. So instead, we ignore that, playing solitaire, obviously. So it says bring the top dungeon card into play and ignore the cost. It's high ground, it's terrain. +2 to power to characters and adventurers with thrown and ranged. Well, that's helpful. So now we've got a more complicated dungeon going on. You've got the labyrinth saying traps and minotaurs gain +2 power. Right, so this one's got bringing 2 power now, this trap. This one says traps gain target X. It just so happens X is 1. High ground's not doing anything to these characters because there aren't any with thrown and ranged. But we can use Flaming Fury for ranged. We can use a sling to put one of our adventurers at a range to one of the creatures. But of course, if we use that on him, that'll put him ranged, which gives him +2 power as well. But not that it matters. I don't think we really need this. We'll take out the trapper. And yeah, that's easy, isn't it? We take out the kobold trapper. We only need 1 to kill him. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now, since you've seen quite a few turns of the game, is I'm going to keep playing on, and then I'm going to rejoin you when I'm at the end, and we can kind of wrap up and talk a little bit about how the game went. Hi, welcome back. Well, here we are. The damsel trap came out and we won that pretty easily, actually. Now things are a little tougher. We've got the evil altar that's been hanging around. It's still here. It says only evil magic cards can be boosted, and characters in this encounter gain +1 power. And we've got our unique character. Do you see the unique code here? This is Greenknee, the Goblin Necromancer. And what that means is we've got a chance now to get Evil Has a Name, get a unique character in the grave. So remember we were looking to get 2 out of 3 for the normal difficulty. So we've just got to kill this guy and we're good. The bad news is we've picked up a whole ton of wounds. So everyone's looking a little bit weak. We've got 2 out of 4 here, 3 out of 4 here, 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3. So these 2 are 1 wound away from defeat. But we have got some good cards. The Evil Altar is stopping us using anything other than evil magic. We've got 2 magic here. We've got Air Elemental and Earth Elemental. So that's not helping us. We can use them, we just can't boost them. Alright, we can't use these things at the bottom. But I'm going to use this Summon Earth Elemental because he's awesome. This is a +4 stamina, 4 power elemental that we're summoning. But we need to look at Greenknee again because he's got some stuff. He's got range +3, nasty, and he's unique. Encounter limit +1, which means instead of having a 5 cost encounter, we've now got a 6 cost encounter, and we've only got 5 in there. So I should do this before I play any of my own cards. But that's a 3. Okay, so that's a bust. He also says Reaver creature. So if he gets a wound, which hopefully he will this time, then he's going to summon some undead to come and protect him. He's got stealth here, so they can't attack him while there's other stuff in play. As it goes, we've got +4 power, +4 stamina. So the +4 power from my Earth Elemental is enough to wound this one. And then he's going to attack us with his range, that's 6. And obviously we can use 4 here, 2 here. Yeah, that's enough to defend against his attack. But now he's got a wound. This is going. He's going to summon 1 undead or spirit. See, undead or spirit is ×1 of cost 2 or less. So we're looking for an undead or spirit. Okay, here we go. A creature is a skeleton. Give that a shuffle. And now, obviously, this one's going to come in. There's our 6. For the next round, I've got to draw. Let's just draw the 1. First off, this 20-foot spiked pit trap's going to go off. So it activates and it adds a lock to a target. Grab a lock token. The target's obviously our dwarf. So now this guy can't use any of his stuff. So this goes down to 2, is it? Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to use my dwarf. He's still active. He's just kind of removed all of it. He's effectively out of the game. I'll just use Cleave. It says if you wound a character and send it to the grave, so we'll wound that skeleton, you may deal 1 wound to another character, which is our goblin. Yeah, that'll do it. We've got stamina 2, stamina 0. We should have enough here to just put that 2nd wound on here, put him in the grave, and we've immediately completed our 2nd quest. And that looks like a victory, just squeezed a victory. So that's it. That's Dungeon Crawler. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. I do recommend getting the expansion. Pick up the starter, pick up the expansion. I've got a feeling there's going to be a new edition coming out soon. So you might want to wait for that. The core game's good. It does have a lot of errata on the rulebook, but hopefully that will all be fixed in the new version. Thanks for watching. See you next time.